I was reading an article today about how millennials are dealing with some certain things, and one of the things that came up was how they might not make this generation, this next generation, might not make as much as their parents did. And that is a little disturbing as a person who I worked really hard as a personal trainer, got to a point where I made more than my mom, probably not more than my dad yet, because my dad had a higher paying engineering job, but doing okay for myself for sure. And I thought about it, not my parents specifically, but a lot of the generations before have this saying about working very hard to buy things that you don't need to impress people that you don't even like. So yes, it might be an interesting turn of events how we're not making as much money, but I'd also say I think this millennial generation, or maybe even bits of my generation as well, are traveling lighter and leaner, carrying less baggage, buying less things, buying less junk that we don't need, being smarter consumers. So I'd say while you might not make as much as your parents, you might also have access to things that they didn't have, where you could rent things that you don't need to buy and things like that. So it was just my take on ownership and owning things and consumerism, that maybe the right way to think about things is not just we won't earn as much as our parents, or you won't earn as much as your parents, but that you might not have to spend as much as them either, and you can make wiser choices. I hope that helps if you're in a pickle, if you're in a millennial meltdown. I think things are going to totally be okay. And speaking from somebody who's born just a little bit earlier in 79, I don't think we're that far apart. Things are going to work out just fine. All right, guys, keep plugging on.